Hello, this is Steve Sines with Explore ATL Tours. I'm doing a series of videos to help people envision what Atlanta is going to look like in the future. And this particular series focuses on transit on the Beltline specifically, but I'm also including some videos about key MARTA stations that come into play here. So I'm actually in the neighborhood of Adair Park, and what you see there in front of you is the top of the platform of the West End MARTA station. And I'm on Murphy Street and Shelton Avenue. So very interesting location here in terms of not only transit, but transformative development. In a piece that I wrote recently called Game Changers, 10 projects that are transforming Atlanta as we speak. One of them was called the Metropolitan. Well, the Metropolitan is right here. I'm actually on the corner of the property. I'm on the southwest corner of the property, and I'll show you more about that in a minute. But let me explain what's happening here, because this is very, very significant. You can see the views of the city right over the Metropolitan property right there. I'll get back to that in a second. But in terms of transit, so the West End station is on the red and gold line of the MARTA red and gold line. So on your way to the airport, you will go through the West End station. It's in the community of West End. On the west side of that station, right in front of you, is the community of West End. And on this side, over here on the other side of Whitehall Street and now Murphy Street, which is right here in front of you, is what is called Adair Park. So I'm actually standing in the community of Adair Park. I'm about half a mile north of the Atlanta Beltline West Side Trail. Okay, so the Beltline the West Side Trail basically runs right between two MARTA stations. This one here, the West End station, and then the Oakland City station, which is about a half a mile south of the Beltline West Side Trail. So there's going to be some connections here. We don't know exactly where the connections are going to be made for the Beltline here, but probably at both MARTA stations. There would be a way to get from Oakland City down on the south side and from West End here on the north side down to the West Side Trail once the Beltline transit system gets in place. So very key connection. And one of the other projects on my transformative developments piece was called Murphy's Crossing, and that's really where the Beltline crosses the MARTA line, and I'll talk more about that when I get down to that location. But I wanted to give you a little insight into the Metropolitan. I'm sorry, I'm kind of standing here beside a fence, so you can't really see it. But this property right here is, I think, 50 or 55 acres. It is an enormous piece of property. You can see the views of the city here. This is the Metropolitan, and the signature icon here is this water tower that sits right here on Murphy Avenue. So again, this is Murphy Avenue. That metal structure above the brick building is the top of the MARTA station. So you're literally right across Whitehall Street and Murphy Street from the Metropolitan. Okay, what's significant about this project is that the property was recently purchased by Carter and Associates, a big developer, and they are, over the next several years, they are going to be transforming this property into a very significant redevelopment. And so I call it one of the big game changers for this area, just because of the size of the property, but also because of its location. Again, you can just see it's acres and acres and acres, 55 acres to be exact, of warehouse space that's mostly creative space right now. A lot of artists are living in there right now. Again, you can see the views from the Metropolitan right here off of Shelton Avenue. The other thing that's kind of interesting from a historic perspective, the Metropolitan was originally, it was started as a cotton warehouse or cotton distribution center, and it was started by Asa Candler, the founder of Coca-Cola. So lots of interesting twists and turns here on this property, but keep an eye on the Metropolitan. This is a game changer for this area, and because of its size and its proximity to the West End MARTA station. So this is Steve Sines with Explore ATL Tours. Hope you find this helpful. You'll find all of our videos organized and on envisionatl.com. Thank you.